Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
We're celebrating today 100 years at the Qualicum Beach Train Station. Determining the future of Nanaimo's Morden Mine, exploring Newcastle Island, and it's a brand new edition of Clock. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We are celebrating 100 years at the Qualicum Beach Train Station today. We're going to have a look at the restoration of the building and an exhibit that is displayed at the Qualicum Beach Museum. But we're taking a look back in time at a different way, in a different place. The Morden Mine Historical Society had some testing done recently at that site. Here's Kelly Robinson with more. Bob Brooks and Alan Noble were crucial, integral in restoring the Qualicum Beach train station. It was a 10-year project running from about 1991 to completion in the year 2000, and finally the society that made it possible was resolved in 2001. What state was the train station in when the whole project started back in 1991?
It was a mess, really. It was all boarded up. It had all kinds of rot, and we really wondered if we had bitten off more than we could chew. It was a real challenge to us.
I think some of the turning points, from what I understand, that made it actually possible, first of all, was a municipal heritage designation and then a federal one. How was that so important in the process?
Well, it was critical because CPR wanted to bulldoze the place. And we didn't want that to happen. And it was necessary for the town and the government to do what they did to protect the building so we could do something about the renovation.
Okay, now once those things were in place, what needed to happen after that, Alan?
Well, the first thing was to be able to lift the station up as the foundations and the logs, etc., were totally rotten underneath. So we had a lot of work to do before we could put it on a proper foundations. And so the first critical thing to do, we couldn't do anything until we had it raised far enough up in the air to work on it.
Now, I know that hundreds and thousands of man-hours went into making this project possible, but I think we all know that things don't happen without money. How much money did it take to make this possible?
Well, I think we finished up with something like $82,000.
Doesn't sound too bad, really.
No, but then we had a tremendous amount of help from many local businesses and groups of people, contractors, and for raising it, as I said in the beginning, was Nickel Brothers, who were very, very kind to us. They moved the church up here, and then they raised our station, and it was very good of them. We owe them a lot.
Now, it might seem obvious to you two and all the people who are here celebrating today, but why? Why is it important to save an old train station when we don't even know if there's going to be rail service starting on the island again?
It's very important to us to know our past and hold on to our past so that we know how to advance in the future.
Very well said. Bob, what do you think is so important about this project, that it's here, that you saved it?
Well, I think it's important because it's part of the original history of the town. And to have it bulldozed would have been a crying shame.
Oh, yes. Now, we are going to have a look at what I understand to be a new exhibit at the museum honoring the role that the train station played in Qualicum Beach. We're going to do that after a short break. Still to come today, exploring one of BC's premier provincial parks, and it's a new challenge for Todd and Derek. Those are Brittas Cosmos Show, and they're a collective group of talented individuals, and they spend a lot of time, 4 to 5 shows every month, touring seniors' homes from Nanaimo to Qualicum Beach. And I think they think perhaps I'm upstaging them because I talk louder, they get louder. They draw a crowd wherever they go, and they're here bringing some ambiance to the 100th anniversary celebration for the Qualicum Beach Train Station. You're watching Go Island. We're throwing things over now to Annette Lucas. One of British Columbia's premier provincial marine parks is only a short boat ride away from downtown Nanaimo. It's Newcastle Island. Here's Annette now with an installment of Big Summer. Well, this is kind of fun. We're here on a pump car, part of the celebrations here at the Qualicum Beach 100th anniversary. And to be honest, Kelly behind the camera is making me really nervous today. The pump arm is barely missing her knee. She's got about a centimeter behind her. This is really fun, and the shade feels really, really good. We do have a theme today. It is trains, and in keeping with that theme, we have another random act of magic. Here's Michael Behrens.
I have a whole bunch of money here. Take it. It's a bunch of quarters. Why don't you take them all? Look at them all. They're all different. They all have different little symbols on them. They all have different dates on them. All right. What I want you to do, without looking, we're going to pick a random coin. Okay? Reach in there and just take one out.
Okay.
Is that one there? You're happy with that one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, look at that. That is that has a train on it, June 1999. Did you get that, Todd?
Yes, I did, yes.
Awesome, nice train. All right, I'll trade you. I'll take these, you take that. We'll just get rid of those. And this is interesting, that when I was a little boy, I used to keep all my money in a piggy bank. You know what I used to use? Mm-hmm. A big water bottle.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, and I have a water bottle here today. It's not a big one, it's a small one. We're just gonna take all the water, pour it out, just like that. And I want you to take that coin, put it in the top. It's not going? No?
No.
All right, hang on to that for me. We're gonna put the lid back on. We're gonna try and get it inside of here in a very, very interesting way. I want you to watch this close. You ready? Watch this. It's gonna happen at the count of 3. You ready? 1, 2. Whoa! There you go.
How do you do that?
Gabriel, it's really in there. I want you to take a look inside of there. Look, it's your coin with the train on it. Very good. This is for you.
Thank you.
That's a present from me to you. You can have that.
Thank
All right. That's it for another random act of magic. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Natanya Waddell is with the Qualicum Beach Museum, and the train exhibit here runs until
the end of September of this year. And we are open 5 days a week, Tuesday to Saturday, from 10 to 4 all those days.
And what kind of information have you captured in the exhibit?
Well, what we tried to capture is, because there's also an exhibit in the train station happening here today for this particular event of the 100th anniversary of the train station. But what we wanted to capture is how the avenue of the train station had the effect it had on the community, and how the community actually developed in and around the train station.
How does today's event sort of capture what it might have looked like back in the day, 75 years ago, 100 years ago, all these people in costumes, these characters we've been meeting? I feel like we have stepped back in time.
Well, and that was the whole idea of the event, is celebrating the sense of community that existed 100 years ago, and celebrating also, you know, revisiting the past. And so dressing up in costumes allows you to sort of feel it in a different way.
Excellent, thank you. So running until the end of September.
Absolutely.
Okay, learn more about the history of the Qualicum Beach train station and the role that it played in the community. And you know, a little while ago, I think we sent Todd and Derek out here to the museum in an episode of Clocked, and I think that one came out a bit of a tie, because there was some confusion between hermit and money, and you can learn more for yourself if you come to the museum and check it out. And this is all a big lead up to a brand new edition of Clocked. Here once again are Todd and Derek. When I was watching Todd edit that, I was laughing my head off, literally just losing it, watching him react to those butterflies. There was way more stuff than he can fit into the 6.5 minutes that we have room for here on Go Island when it comes to clocks. So there are extended versions on our YouTube channel. You can check that out for extended episodes of Clocked. Almost every single one of them, we've had to leave something out for the version that you see on air. That does bring us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Before we go today, though, there is an exhibit taking place at the Nanaimo Art Gallery downtown. It's from the Nanaimo chapter of the Canadian Federation of Artists. It's called Coastal Expressions, running at the Nanaimo Art Gallery on Commercial Street. There is time to go down and check out that exhibit, running, as I mentioned, until September the 6th. Thanks for watching Go Island. We'll see you next time. Congratulations once again to everybody who made the restoration of the Qualicum Beach Train Station possible.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Centre, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.